Alright, you guys already know why we're here. Let's talk about this ban list. It dropped today, it's legal today, there is no wait time. We finally have it. I've been waiting for ages for this, so there's a load to unpack here. So, a lot of cards got banned, a lot of cards got limited, a lot of cards got semi-limited, and a lot of cards came off this list. This video is probably going to be really long, so strap in. I'm going to hop right into the banned things. Got them all on my phone. So, first off, we have Dynamite Knight. This is, the True Draco card. I understand this hit. This is totally cool. For me, I've played True Dracos and I don't like it at all. It's Dynamite Knight's pretty overpowered. It gets too much advantage. Its stats are too good. It's too easy to get out. And something that a lot of people forget is that Dynamite Knight and the other sort of little Draco fighters, they are what generate the advantage in this deck. And over time, they'll really be the things that defeat you more than like Masterpiece does, which, we'll kind of get into that here in a bit. But yeah, so him getting banned is fine by me. That's fine, that's all right. There are other True Draco cards that are on this list, but he's just the first one of them, and I think he's the only one that got banned. Next, Grand Soil, Elemental Lord. So this was banned, I think, only to stop that one Firewall Dragon OTK combo that involved this card because it didn't have a once per turn thing, so you could summon it repeatedly and I think keep bouncing it to your hand. There's a video on it, but it's not really relevant now that this card is banned. It kind of sucks to see it have to go, but at least it means that Firewall Dragon gets to stay, so I guess that's fine. And then we have True King Lithosogen. So this is a card that I suspected might find its way on the ban list in some capacity. I was thinking maybe just getting put to 1, but banned is fine too. This is mostly a hit to Dinosaurs. I don't mind it. You guys know I don't care too much for Dinosaurs, but it's a little bit sad. It means you can't just play a True King deck. So rest in peace, my True King Yang Zings. But I think it's fine. This is, if it had to go, it had to go. I'd rather these types of cards just be out of the picture. The fact that it can hit cards from your extra deck, I think, had a big bearing on why this card got hit. Because, if you think about it, if Lithosogen resolves the extra deck banishing effect and hits, just things like Link Spider or Decode Talker, Mrs. Radiant, for a lot of decks, that's you can't make links, therefore you can't make anything else. So that could have also been a really big factor here. Next, we've got Dinglong, a card that recently has been getting, it's been getting a lot of talks about oh, this card might get banned, and so it's banned. I think putting it to 1 wouldn't have really solved much because there are many games where the Dinosaur Yang Zing True King deck just only makes 1 Dinglong. This, again, sucks for my True King Yang Zing deck, but I've kind of already gotten over it. I don't mind this, it's okay. Dinglong is a little bit too versatile, and I actually hated the builds that did run the 9 pillars as an annoying negation card. This card's fine, gone. I know it sucks, but just think of it this way, there's a lot of new stuff coming out, you'll be fine. The next card, Daigusto Emerald. So, this is one that I think caught a lot of people off guard, especially if you don't really follow the competitive scene and haven't for a long time. Daigusto Emerald isn't a hard once per turn, so there are a lot of loops involved with it. I think that this wasn't actually as much Zoodiac based as much as it actually is Six Samurai and other sort of loop based. So which we'll get into that here in a bit, but yeah, so Daigusto Emerald, it can use its effect once, and then if it ends up back in the extra deck, or if you have a second copy of it, for example, you can then make another Daigusto Emerald, use its effect again. That can cause a lot of different loops. It was actually responsible for a burn loop that was around when Gateway of the Six was legal and Kazan and some stuff. So there were some things with that, and it's gone now, and that's okay. It sucks to see it have to go, but such is life. I'm not too concerned about it. It's still not the most interesting part of this ban list. So next we have the Zoodiacs. Broad Bull and Trident are gone. I'm glad my prediction of them going easy on these cards was wrong. I'm glad they're just banned. It's fine by me. I think that no one's going to really complain about this. Maybe in a few years we'll be like, oh, bring back Broad Bull, but not now. I've had enough of Zoodiacs. I think we all have. So these 2 cards being gone means that the crucial combo play, or the crucial step in the combo being Broad Bull, is gone. So there's no more easy searching Whiptail and things like that. And then no more Trident means you don't have to worry about a card that's a quick effect popping in your turn and always getting more and more material. And so yeah, that's out of the way. And that's all the stuff that's banned. So it's a lot of different monsters hit the ban list. But thankfully, A lot of stuff ended up off the ban list, which again we will get to shortly. But yeah, no spells and traps really got hit on the ban list. I don't think that there was anything that people were thinking would get banned outright. I mean, like maybe Dragonic Diagram or something, but nope, they're all, pretty much the same. So next, the limited cards. Ignis Heat. This is actually kind of an interesting one because I know a lot of builds of True Dracos were beginning to run more Ignis Heat because it gets you to True Draco Heritage. I thought they would hit True Draco Heritage like they did in the OCG, but they decided to hit Ignis instead and just leave Heritage around. That's okay. I mean, in my build, I was only running 1 Ignis. I had contemplated running 2, so this is all right. I guess this means that there's a lot fewer of the Draco fighters to use. With Dynamite Knight completely gone and Ignis at 1, it's like, a little bit tough to play that deck. But yeah, that's gone. And then the next card is Miscellaneous Saurus. An interesting hit that I didn't expect. Obviously, you guys know I would prefer an Overraptor get limited, but Miscellaneous Saurus is fine too. Pretty annoying card. It offered a good protection effect. It was a quick effect, but the most important thing is it was very easy to summon stuff from your deck. Namely, Baby Ceratosaurus, an extra Overraptor in the mid game, stuff like that. So this card being at 1 greatly reduces, it means they can really only do that play 1 time. So that's fine by me. I mean, I'm kind of interested in seeing, spoiler, with Barrel from a Different Dimension coming back, maybe Dinosaurs decide to incorporate that to reuse Miscellaneous Saurus, but I'm not so sure. But this is okay. That's a good hit to Dinos, I guess. And then Zoodiac Ratpier gets limited, and that's fine by me. Again, no one's going to complain about Zoodiac stuff going. This is fine. This means no more of the whole Ratpier to pitch Ratpier and then kind of lead to some stuff. At 1, that's cool by me. That's actually the only Zoodiac stuff that got hit, so Chakanine and Whiptail were safe, but I think that this still does a really good job of making sure that the deck can't do anything wild. I don't think it's scary enough to really warrant fearing it anymore, and I'm kind of interested in seeing if it becomes an engine, but more about that when we're done talking about the list. So next, we've got Dark Hole. Strange pick. I have some suspicions about why this card maybe got hit. I feel like maybe they just didn't want, the field nukes to be so ever present, where you kind of nuke your opponent's board and then OTK them. So Raigeki's still around and Dark Hole's still around, but it's just at 1. So kind of an interesting pick. If you guys know why you think this happened, please let me know. I'm kind of curious. So not much more to say about it though. And then we've got Gateway of the Six. Yes, at least 1 ban spell was back, so that's cool. There's a few more on this list, but this is okay. 6 Samurai are getting new support and Spirit Warriors, so it kind of just makes sense this would happen. I don't have a problem with it. I think 1 Gateway is it's fair, it's reasonable, it's not really searchable, and at 1, with all the spell and trap removal that exists in the game right now, I don't think that it's going to be so much of a threat that people can't handle it. I mean, remember, Ghost Ogre is a thing. It's going to be much easier to deal with this card than maybe it was when it first was released. So that's cool, that sells that archetype. I don't even know that archetype will be super busted, it's just more playable now. Then we've got Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, a card that I'm a-okay with going to 1. I didn't like that it went to 2. I thought it should have gone to 1 in the first place, because as if Kaijus aren't annoying enough, you literally, taking your monsters. I like that it's, now, hard to see the nuke your board and then drop Kaijus and then maybe kill you. So, like Dark Hole, I think it's only fair that this card goes to 1. It's a nice sort of parallel they've got going there. And that's all for the limited cards, so several interesting picks. A few things out of left field like Dark Hole, but that's okay. And then the cards that went to 2 are Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. That's alright. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get Chaos Emperor Dragon to maybe 1, but I guess it hasn't actually been printed with its errata that it got in the OCG, so I suppose that makes sense. I thought maybe they would errata it in those new Yugi and Kaiba collections, but they didn't. And you guys know, we pulled one, so we know. But yeah, so it's just Blackluster Soldier at 2. Blackluster Soldier wasn't really seeing a lot of play before, so it's cool for kind of your Twilight Thorn decks. Maybe that was a lot of the incentive here, and that's fine, that gives them an extra boss monster. Other than that, don't think it'll be hyper relevant. It's just there. Luster Pendulum at 2. I like this. I've said for a while that, you know, with the Pendulum nerf in the form of like Master Rule 4 or whatever, that's fine. I mean, you know, Luster Pendulum's really good. I think that this helps Pendulum Magicians quite a lot, and it also does a number for Pendulum decks in general. So, you know, there's that. And then there's Mathematician. Neat, right? Like, it's Mathematician. It wasn't seeing play at 1. I don't actually know that it'll see all that much play at 2, but, you know, for the decks that can use it, it's kind of like they're like teasing Shaddolls because they didn't bring back Construct, but they brought back cards like this. The next card is Bryonic. Not many people were running Bryonic to begin with, so like, I don't know that this changes much. It probably could have gone a 3. Hyper Librarian I'm happy about, even though like Quasar decks are super nerfed, that's still fine that it's here. It can exist at 2. I don't think it'll get broken or out of hand. It's a pretty old card. Brain Control, no one plays that. Burial from a Different Dimension. Interesting seeing this. I feel like this card had been on the ban list for a really long time, and so it's cool that this is back. Helps like, you know, your Lightsworn decks, your zombie decks, your Infernoid decks. So that'd be neat to see. Like I said, maybe Dinosaurs will even use this card, mayhaps. So very cool. It kind of lets you recycle some combos. There are a lot of archetypes now that are based on banishing as well. So I could see a lot of use with this card, offensively and defensively. El Shaddol Fusion at 2. This would matter, but there's no construct, so like, maybe Shaddol players are happy, but I don't think they are. Preparation of Rites to 2, very cool. Helps like your Herald decks, your what's that other thing? Your, you know, just like Necroz decks technically, although sure it's still banned. So like Construct, this is just this weird tease thing that they're doing. But I'm okay with that. I mean, it's helpful. And then a lot of cards come to 3. And most of these are actually cards that I've said for a while need to come to 3. Debris Dragon, it's dated. It's been on the ban list for a while. I feel like it just sat there and kind of forgot until now. Honest at 3, that's cool. Honest is a very power-crept card. Rescue Cat and Rescue Rabbit are both at 3. And this is actually interesting because it means that Emerging Emergency Rescue is now a much more playable card, and it means that decks like X-Sabers, it has me a little excited, can use like Rescue Cat now, and then Rescue Rabbit means like maybe Dino Rabbit could be something of a thing, although that's a very dated deck. Kind of helps World Chalice, you know, they can consistently open with Rescue Rabbit more, and that's a good starting play for them. So that's really cool. I never thought that I'd see both of these cards at 3, but they're at 3, and I can live with that. Summoner Monk, good, that's fine. It's almost like Cat Synchro's back, except it's like, you know, it's been 7 years or something. Not a big deal. Went to the Black Forest, got the Sanguine Errata, don't think it'll be relevant. Charge Light Brigade to 3, really big help for Lightsworns. A couple of big helps for Lightsworns, like the Burial thing, they may be able to use that, but I like the charges at 3. It just felt like it kind of needed to happen. It was an awkward card to have at 2. Lightsworns still are going to be kind of the sort of toss-up deck, and that there's a lot of luck involved, but some more consistency never hurt. Dragon Ravine, cool. I don't know why I was at 2. And Wavering Eyes at 3, which I think is a huge boon to Pendulum Magicians, and also to Pendulum decks in general. It and Luster Pendulum is a really good thing. So, in fear of letting this video go on too long, I will just give some brief ending thoughts. I like this ban list. It is a lot of stuff changed, and that's the best thing you can ask for from a ban list. Whether you like it or you hate it, it means that a lot of stuff is different, and that means that we get a different format. We've needed it. This game has been very stale. True Draco, I think, are still going to be playable. Masterpiece and Diagram are both still at 3, so it's possible. True King's Return got limited. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, so that's a thing. But yeah, I think True Dracos will still be playable. They still got like Dragonfall of Water, Waterfall of Dragon Souls, things like that. I think it'll still be like kind of a rogue threat. Zoodiacs, I want to say are dead. I mean, you know, they tend to prove us wrong, but I really think that this time that's gonna have to be the end. And Dinosaurs, I think, will still be rogue. I think that they've still got Overwrapper, they still got Conductor, they still have Baby Ceratosaurus. It's playable, it'll just be a little bit weaker, so we'll see where that goes, but I think that this does mean that new decks can finally flourish, Links can finally flourish. We might see more Trickstar, more World Chalice. I think that decks like ABCs, Cosmos, Invoke, Wind Witch, those types of hybrids are gonna be around for a while. And until we get things like Spirit Warriors and Circuit Break, that's pretty much what the meta is gonna be. So, that is it for the video. Let me know what you guys thought about this ban list. I think it was very interesting. I'm glad we have it. I'm going to be trying to, it's finally safe to make content as a YouTuber now, so that's good. Now we can do more profiles, more duels, talk more about the format and like decks to pick. Remember, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, the like. Check out the sponsor, TCG Player. They provide all the product that we open. And hit the notification bell, so that way you're not just subscribed, but you also know when new videos come out. What? You know what that was? So, yeah, do it. And that's going to be it for today's video. Leave down in the comments what you think of this ban list. I will see you guys very soon with new content. Bye, guys.